you have a favorite t-shirt that doesn't fit anymore? Turn it into a pillow. That way you can see it even more. I'll show you how. Coming up. Hey, Chanel here with another edition for your So Chanel fashion playlist, bringing you tips, tools, and techniques for your fashion evolutions. So if you're new here, join us and we'll bring you weekly doses of fashion inspiration. So, I had this t-shirt in my closet. I found it this morning. Life is better with a moose. Something like that. When I wear it, I feel a bit like a moose. So, I don't wear it. And my husband's nickname is Moose. So, he likes that moose beard, I think. Came with him when he was in college. So I saw it this morning and I thought, it doesn't fit. But actually I put it on and it kind of does fit. So now I'm worried about cutting it up. But you know, gray is just not my color. And I don't really wear t-shirts and it's binding and I don't know, should I cut it up? I don't know. Now I'm torn. I was gonna make a pillow out of it. I have this like pillow form. Not about cutting it up, turn it into a pillow. Now I'm not so sure. What would you do? Would you cut up a favorite t-shirt? I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I'll be right back. I'm gonna think about this. Okay, I thought about it. I think I'm gonna wear it one more time, then I'm gonna cut it up. I'll wear it this weekend. I have my friend coming into town. I've been teaching her how to sew, so maybe I'll tell her to bring a t-shirt and we can make a pillow together. But then, I don't know, will I have time to wear it? I'll wear it tomorrow. I'll see how I feel. I kind of like it. That's a problem. I just didn't think this still fit. I shouldn't have tried it on. I should have just cut it. All right, I'm gonna wear it one more time. I'll see you next week. Okay, I'm back. Still have my t-shirt. I wore the heck out of this thing. And it's not the next week like I thought it would be. It's months later. It's cool outside now, so I could still wear it, but probably not going to. So I think I'm truly done with it. I wore it to the lake. I wore it on the boat. I wore it jet skiing. I wore it to a margarita fiesta party. I wore it on a raft. I wore it doing chores. I wore it even to the dentist office. So now I think I'm truly done wearing this. I will carry on with my pillow. I'm so committed that I even put marks on. I haven't cut it out yet, but I have put marks, chalk marks on where I'm going to cut this. And today is the day. I swear. I even got my base cut out, the white, just got white Kona cotton, and I kind of made my pillow form here. I didn't have the 18 by 18 pillow form, so I had a bunch of padding, like quilter's padding, I don't know where I had it, but then some fleece, and I rolled it up, make it a little pillow kind of thing. That's an 18 by 18, so I cut this, the width of the Kona cotton, which is sometimes like 46 inches, so it's 23 by 23, and I want to put those flanges, like I'll fit the pillow in here and I have a little extension on all the way around, like 2.5 inches all the way around. What they call them, pillow flanges or what they call them. And then I also have a bag of trims. This is the race trim right here. This would be cute all the way around the t-shirt. And I found, and I have even just basic ribbon like this with it's It's kind of an organza one. That'd be cute too, but I settled on this. It's your basic, well, it's not your basic, but what's that called? Rickrack? And it's a little metallic one. I had a little line of clothes called Race City Kids Couture, and I used to decorate all the things with this. So I'm gonna put that, I'm gonna cut this and put it around the sides. I think just add a little jazz to it. And problem is, I gotta figure out how to get the pillow in there, because I don't want to have to put a zipper in it, or I might have to, or a back opening, because I made this pillow before and it's on my couch now and I can't remember how I did it, because you can easily do the back opening, but I just want to just sew a square, put it in there, and then sew it up. But I had to figure this out. But sometimes I figure stuff out as I go. So I'm just gonna cut the t-shirt, put it on that one piece, get it going, and play around with it, and hopefully have a pillow by tonight with my favorite t-shirt on it. My husband will love it because his nickname's Moose, so this will go on the couch. Just wonder if I should wear it one more time. No. Okay. I'll be right back. Gonna go get my shears. Okay, here we go. Got my shears. And oh my gosh. Bye-bye t-shirt. It's always the painful part. If it wasn't a t-shirt that you loved, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But I did get lots of wear out of it. There's that. Let's cut it on the big side, see how it looks. And then it'll be on my sofa by tonight. Well, I should give it to my husband for Christmas. That might be an idea. Huh. So here is the white. There is that. Oh, here we go. So now I want to take this around and sew this kind of in a corner. And I have the pink edges here so I can visualize how this will go in. It looks like it's got the ends over there. Definitely wide enough, but I might want to go shorter here. So I think I'll chop off part of that. And I'll have to try to trim it really well too. Or sometimes you can let the raw edges, I wonder if you can stretch them. Yeah, so they do that. But I don't know. Probably do it on its own. Because that was this side, some pretty choppy cutting. I'll have to get that in there. Okay, I think I will pin this all down, sew it, and show you how that looks. This should be pretty simple. All right, I have it all pinned on. I think I have it balanced pretty well. I'm going to start sewing from here. Leave a little extra tail in case something happens. I'm going to pivot around the corners. I got those all pinned down, and wish me luck. All right, got that all stitched on. Looks great. I had to use black on there. And I did a little zigzag. Kind of hold that rickrack down a little bit. Now I just have to figure out how to sew it. I think I'm going to be cutting, because it's a 2-inch, it's a 1/2 inch seam allowance I have planned, and then a 2-inch, I'm going to call it a flange, and then I want it to open up and be able to put the pillow in at that part, but if I just got it cut here. But I have this little extra strip that I cut off to save this, and I think I might do like some little seam allowance kind of thing right here. I gotta think about this. This is gonna be something different. So I'm gonna think about it and I'll show you what I come up with. Okay, here's my idea. 2 pillow pieces, right sides together, and I tore it, this bottom one, down like 2.5 inches, I think. And I have the strip here, and then I added that little 1-inch part here to add an extension so that when I turn it inside out, I can put the pillow in there and then stitch it down on top of there, I think. So then I'm going to put this piece, like where that tore, or where that tear was, right there, and just pretend it's all still together here. Unless I need to stitch this part first. I think I might need to do that first. This is strange, I've never done this before, but you never know till you try it, right? So I think I gotta stitch this down first here, because I just want the opening to be in here, and this should all be together. Yes, let's leave that opening here. Okay, I'm gonna go and stitch this part and this part down so that when I turn it all inside out, it doesn't come apart. Okay, got that sewn. So it looks like that. I just kind of top stitch there, and then there's gonna be an opening right here, and then the other top stitch there, because that's where the stitch will go, I hope. I'm not sure. Now I'm gonna turn this right sides together right here. And I'm just going to sew 1/2 inch all the way around, turn it right side out, and then sew the flange part. Should be right about here. I'm not going to do this part because that's where I'm going to put the pillow in. All right, I'm going to go do that. All stitched. I'm going to clip the corners really close to the edge there because I want them to be nice sharp corners. And then turn this inside out. See, now I have a hole to turn it inside out. And I'm going to use my trusty chopstick. Get into all the corners. I want really sharp corners on these. Like that. And then I got to go press it really well too. And I'm going to like press the seam first, then press it like that so that it's, want those edges to be really even with each other. All right, finish this up and show you my next plan. This just might work. Okay, got this all stitched right here. Got my opening here. But looking at it, I think my 2-inch where I'm going to stitch here, this, I was hoping it was going to land there, and probably I can stitch it, but I'm going to have to hand stitch this part to that part just in that section. So, yeah, I just didn't do all the math on it. It's too complicated sometimes. Sometimes you just got to do it. And then I got some of my selvage was showing through here because I really wanted it as wide as I could be it. So I kind of scraped the little holes and put some water on it to blend out the holes, and it worked out a lot better. So got those out. So now I have that. Now I got to go around and stitch from here all the way around on this 2-inch mark here and stop about there. Actually, I'm probably going to stop here, and then I got to come in once I stuff it, just stitch on top of that. Probably use a zipper foot to get in there. All right, I'm going to go do that. Okay, got it all stitched. I ironed it. These invisible marks are finally working. They've been there a while. It's going to take a day or so to come out. So now I got to get the pillow in here very carefully because it's also a mocked up pillow. This is called Using Up Your Supplies. I had a bunch of batting that somebody gave me, and I don't do quilting, so I was just tearing it apart to have the students, my little campers, use it up, but I still have a lot. So this is one way of using it. Makes it kind of square. Went right in there. It's so cool. Make sure I get that in there real even. So cute. I feel lumps in there. Okay. A little more. Look at that. Pretty good, huh? Now for the tricky part. I gotta pin this down here and stitch it from the other side on that other mark in the machine. And I always tell my students, you can't take this stuff to the machine, you have to do it by hand. Don't tell them. Don't tell them I'm doing this. All right, I am gonna go and pin that down. I have it all pinned, and it looks like my calculations were right. So if my stitch actually is right where this silver or this pin is at, it's right where I wanted it. Although it comes off of this side a little bit here and tucks in there. So it'll be interesting. All right, I'm gonna go sew it. There's my pillow, finally, after months of wanting to get this done. But it's very timely. This is gonna look great on my couch. It's so cool. This is how it looks back here. It came out really good, except I got one little problem right here. I could fix it, but I think I'm not, because it's gonna sit right here. I'm not a pillow designer. This was hard to get in there. I had the zipper foot and I had to actually hold the pillow up to get into the crease here. That was pretty funny, but wow, that was a little easier than I was thinking. I just had to think about that little part right there. So go look in your closet and see what t-shirts you can turn into a pillow, and like maybe go shop for some trims and see what kind of cool trims are in there, and show me a picture. And if you have any other ideas of how you could have made this a little simpler without having to do that part, please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. And we have lots of fashion tutorial sewing things on the sew bits. And I'll see you in the next video. Next one's gonna be all about a skirt, I'm sure. See you next time.